more intense portrait with PIXLR editor. You can kind of see the before and after here. Basically, it's a grungy street photograph. If you have a portrait of somebody who looks a little bit menacing to begin with, it's even better. So I'm going to use just a simple self-portrait that I took of myself to show you how to do this. So we're going to open up the image. And once we open up the image, we're going to do a little bit of editing with some layers and adjustments. So the first thing we're going to click on is layer. And we are going to duplicate the layer. Then we are going to click over to adjustments and desaturate. Once we have that background copy highlighted, we're going to click on those three dots and we're going to change the transparency down to about 80%, and you can play around with this. And we're going to click on the blend mode. We're going to click on that drop down arrow and we are going to choose hard light. Again, you can play around with this a bit. We're not going to stop there though. We're going to also go do a little bit more adjustments with some filters. So first we're going to click on adjustment and we are going to play around with exposure. So right down here on exposure, you can play around with how bright or dark your image is and apply that. We're also going to add a vignette. So if you click on filter, vignette, this is going to darken up the edges of the photo. Apply that. And we are also going to add a little bit of noise. So if you click on filter and you click on details, head on over to add noise. And you can play around with this, but about 50 or so is a good number to play with. So we have just taken a portrait and we have turned it into a little bit more of a grainy or street photo style. So once you finish, you are going to make sure that you save it. File save. Don't forget to play around with the file name so that way it is easy to find in your downloads. Once you have those downloaded, make sure you turn them in.